As the number of positive cases continues to rise in the state of Florida, Miami-Dade County is investing in its contact tracing program. CBS 4's Mike Cunio is live in the newsroom with more on how the program works. Mike?
Well, Elliot, it's a way to see who you've come in contact with if you have the virus. Miami-Dade County will add an extra $14 million and 250 more contract tracers through the end of the year. But one group tells us it's not all about the money. Community engagement in these programs is the key.
Contact tracing, along with testing, is the only thing that has been proven to defeat coronavirus.
Dr. Jack Michelle from Larkin Community Hospital in Miami and a group of volunteers have spent the last few months setting up a contact tracing system. They've been up and running for 30 days with no operating budget.
We need groups like these of volunteers that are willing to put in their time and do this, because there's not enough money. Government does not have enough money to cover this.
Michelle and his colleagues Virginia Johnson and John Van Keppel tell CBS 4 they've had around 300 volunteers take the 3-hour course needed to become a tracer. They say each time they call a COVID-19 positive patient, the process of the questionnaire takes about 20 minutes. But with the latest one-day total in the state surpassing 15,000, they say it's a near impossible endeavor. To streamline their efforts, they developed a site online, covidfighterapp.com, where you yourself can put in who you've come in contact with.
They can download it themselves. They can do it all by themselves. They don't even need our help, but we will get that information so that we can contact the close contacts.
That, they say, has helped with patients who are worried about the stigma of telling others they have the virus.
Lives are lost every day.
Virginia Johnson says back in June they reached out to the county to see if they can help, but they were directed to the state, who had contracted an outside vendor. They were told to have volunteers apply for contact tracing jobs.
So I had about 23 people who actually applied for the jobs, myself and John included, because we wanted to see where it would go. We haven't heard a word.
My mind automatically went to the first negative thought of what COVID was.
Chevron Jones, a member of the Florida House of Representatives, and his family were just diagnosed with COVID-19. He said he was contacted by tracers in Broward.
When I got contacted by the contact tracer from Broward Department of Health, she wasn't trained. She wasn't qualified to ask me the right questions to be able to track where or who I could have given COVID to.
Jones says not enough enforcement and too much confusion between cities and counties is contributing to the spike in cases.
I believe we are failing the people right now because the people, although there is a sense of responsibility that we all must maintain, there is a responsibility that the state has to enforce some of these things to make sure that we keeping people safe. And we're just not doing that right now.
Mayors in Miami this week pleaded with survivors to answer the phone and speak with tracers. Dr. Michelle says if you'd like to be a volunteer, all you need is a high school degree. You can sign up at volunteer.larkinhospital.com. Mike Cunio, CBS 4 News.